Not easy being the fastest quarterback you've never seen. I'll be right back. There's no quicker way to get into DFS. Play Super Draft today and see for yourself.
We're behind. They're all fired up. What we got to do? First place, our defense has got to go out there and take the ball. Then when we get the ball, we got to have 11 people that's going to do their job and try to score every time you get the football. If we do that, we'll be all right. That will be all right.
CTS-Sports Room. Thank y'all for tuning in this morning to the Special Teams Podcast. And this morning, we got us a little bit of Alabama football talking. Today's topic is going to be on Coach Saban new coaching staff. What do they provide for Alabama? Will this be a championship coaching staff, or will it be a complete failure? Don't know. Question marks. But today, I got one of my brothers, one of the original horsemen, my man Waylon, Uncle Waylon, the godfather of the ACC. I'm about to break him in. What's going on?
Happening? What's happening?
What's happening? Good to have you. Good to have you on this morning. We've been talking, and I think we got some good stuff to say this morning. Some may like it, some may not like it. You know, it's all opinion. It's all opinion. Just let y'all know that we giving what we think about the situations. Some may like it, some may not. But hey, we're gonna give our thoughts on it. Hey, before we get it started, I want to shout out to the chats. Roll Tide, I'm Tide, Stephen Hicks, my man Icebox, what's going on? And hey, thank y'all for tuning in this morning. So the subject this morning is Coach Saban's coaching staff. How do you feel about his coaching staff that he has put together so far?
A lot of young guys, man. A lot of young guys. So, you know, some on, and you got a couple of hires he's done. Some are pretty well known, like Wiz, those guys. So it's hard to say that we see what September, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of question marks. But we're gonna start off with the defensive coordinator, Kevin Steele. What's your thoughts on him? What do you think he provides to Alabama this up and coming season?
Well, he's been there. He's been everywhere. So I hope he brings back some of that, fire, and put some fire back in the program. Put the defense can step back up. You know, defense wins championships. I guess that's what they always say. Sometimes it feels like it's sort of changed a little bit. Offense wins championships now, you know. So we'll see Kevin Steele can get them fired up back in the mode they ought to be in, the way they should be.
Yeah. I like the Kevin Steele hire. Initially, that wasn't my thought for a defensive coordinator, but honestly, I can't even really remember who my thought was on that. But when Kevin Steele name brought up, I was happy to hear him bringing back somebody that he's familiar with and that's familiar with his style of coaching, that knows what he wants to do. And I just remember back in the 2007 season, Nick Saban's first year. I mean, it was the first season, but he did help develop a lot of dudes that year in his first season. And when he came back as a linebacker coach in 14, he did well with those linebackers. A lot of people say it was Kirby Smart's guys, whatever. He was the linebackers coach, and a lot of those guys from that team has a lot of great things to say about Kevin Steele and former and a lot of the former Bama players has a lot of good things to say about Steele. And I remember him at Auburn, and he gave fits at Auburn. I think he beat us 2 times while he was at Auburn. And honestly, before they hired Harston, a lot of people wanted Kevin Steele as the coach, and they dropped the ball on that. Then where did he go out there? Miami or something like that. And I know his last stint was at Miami, and it wasn't a good stint. But Miami offense, they suck, and they kept the defense in bad situations where the defense really couldn't produce much because they stayed on the field so much in their own territory.
Yeah, he done some good stuff. He developed some cats down there at Auburn on the defense. A lot of names people won't run some. He done some good at Auburn when he was down there.
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of people forget too when he was at Clemson that they actually won ACC title while he was down there. He ended up getting fired or something like the next year, but I don't know what was up with that. But he actually won the ACC title when he was down there at Clemson with Dabo on the defensive staff too.
Yeah, Steele's
I
been
just
everywhere, man.
Go ahead.
He's been.
Yeah,
He's yeah.
Yeah, he been a lot of places. Been around for a long time. So with Steele comes what's his name? Robert Barlow. What are your thoughts on that guy?
Like I said, a lot of young guys. I mean, that's one you can see. I guess I don't know. Don't have a real long track record, but got a little bit of track record. But gotten Saban, Kirby Smart, and them. So we'll just Nick is putting big positions. He's not just doing that by flipping a coin. So happens with him.
Yeah.
So it's not a flip of the coin.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I was saying. Like Nick Saban does, regardless of what we think as fans, how we feel as fans, he knows more about these dudes than we know about them. Like we only know a certain few dudes. Some may know a little more, but when he goes to get a dude, it's the thought process behind it. It's the thought processes behind it. I know he made the hire. I didn't really know who this. I didn't know who this dude was. I did a little research on him, and like he did some good for Liberty. Only thing I was saying, I hope he can bring some of those turnovers, tackles for losses, and sacks with him. Like I hope he can help put our defense in the situation to get our turnovers, tackles for losses back over again. Because we was lacking in the turnover department. We was lacking on getting pressure on the quarterback and affecting the quarterback, and he seems like he provided that well for Liberty. Hugh Freeze might have come in. I don't know if he was just trolling or saying something, but he said he was kind of jealous that Nick Saban got Bala.
Yeah, that's 100 Freeze, I guess. That's what he said. He was sort of jealous, that I read an article where he called Hugh Freeze and talked to him about Ballas. So you don't never know what's going on, man. I mean, pieces of what's being thrown out there, what we can get a hold of. So I shouldn't have been too jealous. He didn't take him with his staff to Auburn.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That was my initial thoughts when I heard him make that comment. I said, well, you could have brought him with you. Was it something that you didn't like, or you just had somebody better or something? Like, because when with the Auburn jobs, Alabama jobs, yeah, it is better people that you can probably get from. But like I said, Nick Saban, I think he it's a method to the madness is what I'm gonna say. It's a method to the madness.
Yeah, there's a method to the madness. He's got a plan in his head. Well, that plan works out.
Yeah, and see, this is what I was saying about when you have to continue to hire coaches. When it's the coaching turnover so much, you eventually come to these problems where you hire dudes and you think they might work out, but you run into the Pete Golden and the Bill O'Brien. You hire them thinking they're gonna work out or thinking they can get it together, and it may not work out. Don't know if that's the situation with Bala, but that was the situation with Pete and Bill.
Yeah, it was a situation with Pete and Bill, but I don't know. We go back down to Pete and Bill. I mean, I was sort of because they got rid of him. Maybe he could have took a different role. Stayed at Alabama. I don't think. I think O'Brien done a little bit. He helped done any kind of recruiting. I don't know. Pete Golden was a
Yeah,
top recruiter, but he just. I don't know if he just didn't have the dogs on defense, or he just did. I don't know. It was. They look good in the combine, and when you put them on the field, they can't go. So
yeah.
I don't know.
And see, one of the things they always said, they kept saying is Van Ness was roll tide. Thank you for tuning in this morning. One of the things they kept saying, like even when it came to Eli Ricks, the defense is so complicated. And let's go back to Jeremy Pruitt. The former Reuben Foster was one of the guys that said that when it came to Pruitt, I think they ran like 3 or 4 plays, regardless of the situation, 3 or 4 plays for every situation. And I kept saying that if that's the problem, why don't we simplify the defense? Because when you simplify the defense, it allows your athletes to be athletes. It allows the football players to play instinctive football, and you get the best out of them then instead of making everything so complicated and stuff.
Well, I think Kirby probably had 4 or 5 defenses. They just ran like that. So be in that position and cut them loose and go after it and see what happens. And you see what? It's just he probably one of the best defensive coordinators to ever do it at Alabama. Put him up against Bill Oliver. You put him up against a lot of other people. Ellis Johnson put him up against. He's probably the best Alabama's ever had on defense, I guess.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I don't know about back in the days, but hey, from what I seen, Kirby Smart, yeah, he was lights out. But
Yeah.
get, and to go back to what I was saying about that, even because I have seen myself firsthand where it's kids. They don't know what the heck going on with the playbook and nothing, but you put them on the game in the game Friday night, they always make the football play. They always make the football play. And I know you can't do it that much. You can't do that in college football. You have to know something. You have to buckle down to get it together. But like I go back and say, simplify it though. Simplify it for them.
Yeah, well, you just simplify it so much. I mean, if they can't
Yeah,
understand it, you got problems. You got
yeah,
some
that's true.
problems.
That's true. Agree with that. I agree because you do have to understand it to some capacity. It is what it is. So I'm gonna say this on that. This is what I say all the time. These players need to get it together as well because Listen, if you're not getting it, you need to get with somebody who gets it. You need to sit down and study more, get in this playbook more, because this is your future. Players, this is your future. If you want to get on this football field, you need to do what it takes to get on the football field. You know you want to get to the NFL. This has been your dream for the longest. This is the reason why you come to Alabama. You don't come to Alabama just because. If you come to Alabama football team, you coming with a purpose. They're recruiting you for a purpose. So, hey, get it together, man. Get it together.
Exactly. They got to get. Like I said, Alabama ain't like they hadn't lost Alabama standard. They just got to tweak it a little bit and get it back.
Yes, this is exactly what I was saying earlier in the season. I'm not saying the standard is not gone, but it is a time where we need to kind of remodify the standard. We need to kind of remodify the standard. And with this recruiting class, I'm gonna say the reason why I like this recruiting class because in the NIL period, where you can go back to some certain schools and bargain and tell them what you want, and they will accept that. They will accept it. That came to Alabama. Hey, no, hey, I'm here to get it done. That's what they say in their mindset. I'm here to get it done. So that tells me a lot about these guys. Tim, thank you for tuning in this morning.
What's happening, Tim? I see you.
Yeah. I was on Twitter with him the other night. We was talking some football talk the other night. Me and him and Brock. But yeah. So overall, I think Kevin Steele is gonna be good, and I like the fact that we did bring over Charlie Strong as an analyst. But I'm gonna ask you this. I think we talked about it before as well, that I don't know if he was available at the time to hire, but I wish we could have hired him as a linebackers coach.
Well, I don't know. Here he comes back. Sal is gone, so I mean that really I don't know. I wish he would have stayed, but he's gone. So, call Dion. I don't know. I said this on another show. I feel like you're having an internal battle sometimes at Alabama. I don't know.
Yeah.
If it's got control and it's just what it is. No, I don't like to say that. And I used to tell them on the job, it's not always it is what it is. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think you got some heads butting a little bit.
And the reason why I agree with what you said, we talked about it briefly, but when you said it on the show that night, he agreed as well because he made a comment that he was saying that he was hearing that Coach Sal that he wanted to he wanted to remain on the field still. And that's what I was saying before even we got Robert Balla. Like, why aren't we bringing Coach Sal back on the field? He did very well with the linebackers. And let's go back to Will Anderson freshman season. Coach Sal was the linebackers coach. He was the outside linebackers coach then. Will Anderson had a great year. He had a great year that year up on the Coach Sal. And if we're bringing back some veteran coaches, why not put Coach Sal back on the field? Why not put Coach Sal back in the field? And I would say out of Colorado, they picked up a good coach, man. They picked up a good coach. They picked up somebody old school that's gonna bring the fire into the defense. I said that was a good pickup by Coach Prime. But I think we lost a real one. We lost a good one then.
Yeah, well, Sal was playing sort of the kind of the same role Joe Pendry was playing. He had a dad, but Dion's trying. Like I said again, Dion's trying. He does not have an established program.
Yeah,
and I mean, from his on top of the world. Well, that's fine. I mean, I'm all for him. More power to him if he can. But he's still trying that program, and I mean, He's pulling some coaches there. So somebody believes in what he's selling right now anyway. To the results are in the end. We'll see what happens next year. Some people 7 wins, tops. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Colorado's been down for a long time, man.
Mm-hmm.
They've been down.
And I'm gonna say, like, that's like I'm one of the people that I believe he can do it there, but that's all he has. That's all he has right now. Is just trying to sell a program, and that's how you get stuff started. Unless you are an established coach, and he's not an established coach yet. You know, he's not an established coach, so that's all he got right now is trying to sell something. And what I always do say about when they're buying what you're selling, that could be a good thing when your coaches and players are buying in what you're selling and all y'all on the same page. It can be a good thing, but we're gonna see because Colorado, their first 5 or 6 games, it's gonna be a welcome to the Pac-12 or welcome to the Power 5 schools. It's gonna be a gauntlet for them. So we gonna see.
It's going to be another. He pulls out all those wins the first year. I mean, I don't know.
Ooh.
I don't think he can. He'll pull out a few. I'm sure he'll pull a few out. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, because that's like that is special for the Pac-12, and you coming off a 1-loss season. That is a hell of a schedule. That is a heck of a schedule. So McNulty, he's coming in. I think an offensive analyst too. What's your thoughts on McNulty? What do you know about McNulty?
I didn't write. Everybody's got a different name for him. I don't know. McNulty, McNutley. No,
Yeah.
He's. I had. His position is an analyst. I guess he's another analyst. I guess, and is that what he is? I swapped here. I put with them, all of them.
Mm-hmm. He's an analyst.
Yeah.
What I noticed from what? Go ahead.
The best hire I think is Oh, we froze.
You're breaking up. Yeah, you froze up on me a little bit.
Always breaking up. I think Whisenhunt's the best. I think Whisenhunt's the best.
Yeah, Whisenhunt. I like that hire too. Somebody with a lot of NFL experience. And I'll tell you, with the hiring of Tommy Reese, McNulty, Whisenhunt, this is my thoughts. So I realized after rip that McNulty, Whisenhunt, they worked together before with the Chargers as well. That was with the Chargers as well, and at Notre Dame. I think McNulty was a tight ends coach before as well. Tommy Reese likes to use tight ends. Then let's come over to Ken Whisenhunt. He coached tight ends on multiple occasions. And so this telling me that I'm really hoping that we can get our tight ends involved this season. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be the escape route. Because let's go to it. We see how Georgia been using their tight ends. We see how they use tight ends in the NFL. Tight ends in the NFL are the next best. They're the new wide receivers. Let's just be real. LC, the dude from the 49ers, like these tight ends now are studs. And if we can utilize these tight ends and 12 personnel as far as blocking and having them slip out to catch some passes, we can have a dangerous team if we can all put this together. And Whisenhunt, Whisenhunt, He's going to have his hand in developing a lot of these players, game planning, schemes. He's going to have his hand in that. And somebody with NFL experience that he has, I like to hire a lot. I like to hire a lot.
Yeah, I was looking back at some of the stuff I'd written down. Yeah, I had it together about 3 different times at three different schools. I said the Chargers work together somewhere else. I had it written down here, but I've lost it. But do all we can do is just wait and see. Come
Yeah,
September, and
that's all we can do.
so
Yeah. Sometimes we know. Okay. Yeah. But what style of offense? What do you think Tommy Reese overall can provide to this offense? Because like I said before, I think he can do something similar to what uh uh Todd Monken. I think he can do something similar to that. And what I mean is, we all know Stetson Bennett wasn't the light side quarterback, but by the end of the season, he looked like that guy. And I feel like it was all on the Todd Monken offense. He kept it simple for him. He took the reads out of the things. He helped lean on the run game. They helped him a lot. Brock Bowers slipping out tight end, him being able to take it the distance, opens up the deep play to Lad McConkey. No, it opens all that up, and I feel like that was all on Todd Monken, keeping it simple. And by the end of the season, I feel like Stetson built up the confidence to be able to make that throw downfield. And I feel like that's what he can do for Miro or Ty Simpson. I feel like this is a style of offense that it's going to be easy. I'm not going to say easy, but it's a developmental quarterback friendly system, I'll say.
that's what he's got to do. He's got to develop the quarterbacks. That's what he's done at Notre Dame. So he's got to develop some role. Ty Simpson, Lundgren, you've got one more cat there. I can't. Room is packed. That's the way I look at it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably, in my opinion, somebody's going to leave.
Facts. That's facts. Facts. That's and that's the time we live in now. And much as I don't like it, I get it, but hey, somebody is gonna leave. And I feel like Ty Simpson end up getting the job. I think Miro will probably leave. I don't think he's gonna try to experiment with the play another position type thing, especially when the kids thinking they can play quarterback or whatever. But I'm interested to see where we go with our quarterback spot. I'm interested to see who wins the job, who in the spring. Like I tell people, the spring game is not gonna tell us a lot as fans, but it can start helping, giving us an idea where we can go. So if a quarterback just steps up big time in the spring, do good things in the spring, they can be a real big advantage for them. They can be a real big advantage for them.
Oh yeah, every practice counts, man. Every practice they get, development, and that's what it's all about. You got to learn the playbook. Offense is gonna get 14 here, so that's what they need. 14 practices. So
yeah,
they ain't gonna show you a whole lot. Not much.
It's gonna be very vanilla, very vanilla.
Yeah.
Yep. One of the things too. This is what I hate about when you going through these quarterback battles. Like you had the in practice scrimmages, not the A-Day game, but then you hear some of the stats from the quarterback. You hear like, I'm gonna use Miro. He threw 2 interceptions. Then you'll come back and hear Ty Simpson threw 3 touchdowns, and everybody gonna be like, they come on the train so quick, or vice versa. Ty Simpson threw 3 interceptions. Jalen Miro threw for 2 and ran for 1. everybody gonna be back and forth, and I told you so, I told you so. But that doesn't really tell you much though, because let's be for real, it wasn't a lot of people sold on Bryce. A lot of people was stuck on Paul Tyson as well. A lot of people were. They wasn't stuck on Bryce, but he didn't win the national championship. But when Bryce got his time, hey, he made the best of it. Won Heisman. Wish we could have got some national championships out of it, but hey, you know,
So, like I said, the quarterback room's packed. We'll find out and see what's going to happen here. If somebody's going to get their clothes and somebody's going to pack their bag and leave before it may be before the end of fall camp. I don't know. Some
hey,
team get on.
what you saying that this one thing I'm interested in as well. After this spring practice, it's gonna be another wave of kids hitting that transfer portal, and I am waiting to see the next wave of kids hitting it, because I was telling people, oh, it's not done. I said after the spring game, it's gonna be numerous kids that hitting that transfer portal, and I'm ready to see who those guys are gonna be.
Yeah, I don't. We'll find it. There ain't no doubt about that. Somebody may not, a lot of people may not like it. But you gain talent. I don't know. It's just the way NIL transfer portal, whole different ball game now in college football. It's not like it used to be.
Nah, man, nah. Like, I kind of like the fact that the players can get compensated, but I like the fact because at first, but when I start seeing the playing out, like one of those things, like, oh, this is what college football is gonna be now. Now we're gonna be telling people what we want, and people gonna be making money decisions, short-term money decisions versus let me think about the future decision. So now a lot of players development is finna go out the window because of the now situation. They're not thinking about the long term. How can he develop me? How can this team develop me to get to the next level? How can he surround me around the people that need to be around to help you make the right decisions? Even when you do wrong, they're gonna discipline you for the good and not for the, make you learn a lesson and still give you that chance.
Yeah, a lot of. Did you see Coach Saban on Stephen A. show the other day on his podcast? Did you watch any of it?
Nah, I don't. Talking about last night.
Days ago, he was on Stephen A.'s podcast. Been about 2 days ago. Stephen A.
Okay.
The NI, all that stuff. He said a lot of things people like. He said a lot of things people don't like. No.
Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you about the NIL. Like it was earlier. It was like when the season over. Bob Bouts from Georgia, he made a comment. He said he's no longer taking money from collectives. He's only gonna do brand deals. And I like that mindset because he did have the mindset of it. His players, because like we all say about when it first happened, that this thing is gonna kind of be unfair. You know what I'm saying? How are other players gonna feel? And I like the fact that he kept team first. He said, "No, I'm not taking money from collectives. I let some of my teammates benefit from the collectives, and I'll just take brand deals." And I wish more people would think like that, because if you getting all the brand deals and all the collectives, somebody's gonna feel some certain type of way. But I think the comments that Nick Saban was saying basically, it referred to basically last year that were how basically was it something like they pay. It's coming to basically we paying for players and stuff like that. Was it something like that? I think I seen something on it. I didn't dive deep into it because I was busy at the time. What was the actual comments? Do you remember the comments?
The same old stuff. It's just we paying for players. That's what they talked about on
Yeah,
today's show. They talked a lot about that. I guess they turned college football into professional football. I guess you don't call it college football anymore.
yeah, man. This is what it's going to where it's not college football no more. I agree with that. I agree. I agree.
Well, what they was arguing about.
Cause these players coming to college. Go ahead.
Well, what they were arguing about, one of the big things
Go ahead.
they wasn't arguing about, the top three opponents that you're going to play, the top three opponents that play, Coach Saban didn't like the opponents they had picked out for him, LSU, playing those three teams for ever since I can remember, for over 100 years. I've used three teams. I can't remember a time we hadn't played those three teams, not in my life. But I got to, Coach Saban was right. A lot of people, why is he so upset? Well, go look at Missouri's schedule. What is their top three opponents? Vandy and Kentucky. You got three teams there that average about 6.6 wins a year, each team. And then you got three teams there that averages nearly 10 games a win every year. That's what he was raising hell about.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not fair, because Missouri is not going to play main opponents. Their three main opponents are a cupcake. Alabama every week. And, I see what he is raising hell about. I don't know, it's I guess that comes from Greg saying.
And see, I like to hear people's opinions on this, because I was one of the ones that say he was crying about it, But so I've been watching a lot of stuff. I'm trying to get, to hear different people's opinion to help me understand more, because the reason why I say he was crying about it, because I say regardless of if Texas or Oklahoma was coming or not, we was gonna play them. We was playing them anyway, and before then. But I watched Josh Pate, and he said something about they said it's on using a model, basically basing your team success from the last 10 years or something like that. And when he said it to me, it makes sense. So if they're using that model, we're looking at Tennessee's success in the past 10 years. If they're using that model according to Tennessee's success in the last 10 years, Tennessee sucks. They just really had last year that good year, So if that's true, using the model, I understand that capacity there. I'm like, well, if they're using the model from the last 10 years success, Tennessee does suck compared to the model.
Well, Tennessee hadn't beat us in 15 years, so they kind of last year, 3-point win.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not worried about Tennessee. Tennessee. I'm more worried about all.
Yeah.
I am Tennessee now.
Mm-hmm. Because let's go back from the last 10 years. Auburn has beaten us more than Tennessee in the last 10 years. So yeah, I'm with you on that one. Now, then I also heard something about that saying they're using a geographical standpoint about it. And I say this: if we're going geographical about it, I don't know how they're doing it, but if that's so, in that case, we should be playing Mississippi State instead of LSU, because from a geographical standpoint, we're closer to Mississippi State than anybody in the SEC.
Yeah, I brought that up a couple. I think I brought that up last week. they had Mississippi State in LSU spot at one time, and then they not missing. LSU got it, so I don't know what they're using. That whatever they want to, I guess. Went little do, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like that's what it all come to do. They'll do whatever the heck they want to do in the end. That's what I feel like. I feel that way.
That's coming down from
But
Greg Sankey's all
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I agree too with that Missouri. A lot when you look at a lot of teams scheduling, yeah, they play sucky teams. So I want to get back on this culture thing. One thing that one coach I was interested about coming into the I think players about the players development or something was Harding Harper. What do you know about him? And what do you think he brings to the team?
He's a big Alabama. I mean, he just he was Carver, I thought, ball. I mean, he lettered in everything he played in. Baseball, football, basketball. He was just a good athlete. He comes from a good pedigree. He's got a lot of folks in his, and he's just he's entangled in the why Nick hired him, because he knows he's going to be a good for the team. You know, like you said, player development, personnel. I don't know. He's another young guy. He don't have a long track record, but what he's got is good. If you look at it, I mean, he was a good athlete.
Yeah. And another thing too, you know, when you do your research about it, you see that of course he came from Houston, and they say he did well with recruiting and helped bring a good recruiting class, especially out of transfer portal. And so with that being said, I feel like with the pedigree coming out of Carver Montgomery, they produced some dudes. We just got two dudes out of that class. James Smith and Quay Russo, they just came from that class. Mac Wilson, that he played at Carver Montgomery. So some good dudes that come from Carver Montgomery. So I think he can help. He will help us with recruiting wise, putting the eyes on some of these players that we don't see, whatever. But that's what I feel like. That's one of the aspects that he brings in his position. And I like the addition of Ha Clint Dix, somebody that played for Coach Saban in the heart of what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So he knows how to handle Nick Saban's butt chewings. Because remember he made a comment about he been here the first day or something, or one day he already got his first butt chewing and a million more to come. I like the fact that he knows how to accept it. He knows what they expect from Coach Saban, and with that mentality, I feel like he's going to be somebody good for the staff, for these younger guys, and that knows how to relate to these younger guys and these players, and another recruiting tool. I feel like he can possibly be.
Yeah, another young coach. A young coach. He's going to be. He'll be a key. Yeah, he'll be keys in recruiting too. Also, the state of Alabama and a lot of other, the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why Nick brought him in, because it's so I like his resume, but once again these guys, because they don't have a long track record. They ain't been a lot of
coaching. Yes,
it's hard to. I can sit and talk about Coach Bryant and all them coaches all day long, but these guys they gonna have step up and do their thing. And I don't know what Nick's doing. Sometimes I wonder all these. I like the young guys. Don't get me wrong. I don't know.
Yeah, but I get what you're saying though, because what comes with these young guys, like I said, a lot of question marks. Because let's think about how Clint Dix. He just retired from the NFL. He wasn't coach. It wasn't like he he was coaching. He just came freshly from a player to a on the staff role. So it comes with a lot of question marks. Like there's P. Golden, where he came from, Delta State. He might have been one of the top dogs over there, but obviously it didn't translate into the SEC football. Far as same way, I'm thinking with Robert Bala. I'm really hoping it translate, but it's question marks.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody in the chat, thank y'all for tuning in. Jeff Roy, thank you.
Sorry about that. I had to step out there a second. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's
young
a lot of
guys.
question marks that come with.
Had
Yeah,
to
but
get.
yeah, man.
I had to go. Anyway, I had to go get it anyway. I
Yeah.
don't know. We picked on. It was Baker Hickman. That's where William Form was at North Ridge there in Tuscaloosa. So that's going to be another big offensive lineman. Another good pickup right there. Another big time offensive lineman. Maybe I hope in there we can get that offensive line back to where it used to be when Joe Pendry was there. He's got a long track record.
I wish we. Yes. Where is Joe Pendry now? I seen his name. Where is he somewhere now?
He's. You hear me?
No, I didn't hear you. Then you froze.
He's at Alabama.
He's back at Bama.
Job. Yeah, he never left.
Yes. That's why I was saying. Yeah, I just wanted him on the field role. That's all it was. Yeah, but yeah, but offensive line. Go to offensive line. Let's talk about that. That's my. See, I was an offensive lineman myself, so that's my most exciting group. I'm really hoping this offensive line comes together, because if this offensive line comes together, we're gonna be doing what we want to do on offense, and we have big dudes like. I was talking about 6'6", 6'7", consistently across the board. Yes, like I said, Wickham Formby, I think he like a 6'7" dude. Elijah Preacher is a 6'6" dude. Caleb Proctor is like a 6'7", 6'6" dude. Like these guys are big. And let's go back to Seth McLaughlin. Even him, one of the things about Seth McLaughlin, he was a tough, scrappy dude, but he was kind of small, But even he put on weight. He even put on he's over 300 pounds now. So yeah, this offensive line could be it. If we can put this together, it could be it, man. Let's get back to winning these offensive line awards again, man.
Well, maybe I don't know. This internet does what it wants to, man. I got Nick. We done tested this out about 4 different times. Every time we tested it,
every time it was perfect. Every time it was perfect every time.
You just talk, and I'll play comedy the rest of the show.
All right. But yeah, man. Like I said, offensive line group, and who I expect. What I'm not gonna say expect. Well, no, I'm gonna say expect, and how I hope it happens. I think it's left, right. I think Elijah Pritchard will start at the tackle position. I think Caden Proctor will start at the guard position. Now, Caden Proctor will be a tackle before he leaves Alabama. He will be a tackle. And Seth McLaughlin at center. And Tyler Booker at right guard. And Jesse Latham at the right tackle. I think that's an offensive line that can get the job done, because Elijah Pritchard was one of those guys as well on the offensive line that only reason why he didn't play last season, I think he got in towards the Austin P game and the K State game, I know. But he had a pectoral injury that kept him out that whole season towards the end of the season. That's the only reason why Elijah Pritchard didn't come in. And with Caden Proctor, that dude was my favorite recruit in the recruiting cycle because it goes back to me. I'm biased. I'm an offensive lineman, so I like all them big offensive linemen, them 5-star guys like that. So even before he committed to Iowa, I was big on him. And when he flipped, I was happy. I was so happy. I was too
Tell
happy to get that dude. But
tell tell everybody the story about when you played.
Courtney Upshaw. Oh my God. I went to Russell County High School. That's in Seal, Alabama, but we right down the street from Eufaula High School where Courtney Upshaw went. I was playing center. I hiked the ball, and I had to pull to the outside. When I pull around the outside, I see Courtney Upshaw come around the corner, and Courtney Upshaw, pow! He laid me out like a Mack truck. And I'm like, yeah, that made me start thinking twice about football. I'm like, yeah, I'm a baseball player. I ain't really built for this football stuff. But Courtney Upshaw, what we seen from Courtney Upshaw, Alabama, he was just like that in high school. He was just like that in high school. And when he got when he committed to Alabama, nobody wasn't surprised at all. It wasn't like, because this was 2007. Not 7. I didn't play my senior year. I want to say it was 05, 06, around there. It was my junior, sophomore year, but it was that year. So when he made a commitment to Alabama, everybody was like, yeah, he should have been at Alabama. He was as advertised. He was that guy. That dude was
You
different.
remember you ever get hit so hard you hear your ears go.
Hey, we used to call it a snot bubble, and I feel like that time when he hit me, a snot bubble came out my nose. That dude was true, man. That dude was the truth.
Yeah,
Courtney
I had a
Upshaw, man.
I had a cat bust me. All I could hear for a few seconds was. That's all I.
I know I'd have been hit. I'd have been hit so hard before where when you get hit, you see it seems like before you get hit, it seems like it slow down and everything get quiet. And when you get hit, everything you around you, but everything is quiet as all know what. That moment is the slowest moment in your life, but most painful, man. Football, God dang it, football.
Yeah.
I was see. I'm gonna tell you more on this hit too. So you talking about a dude? I'm a big dude now. I'm over 300 pounds now. But in high school, I was only like 5'10", 225, playing center. That tells you a lot about our football. That tells you a lot about our football scene. Playing guys like Courtney Upshaw, that's Division One built their junior year and sophomore year. They're built for college football. So that hit, like, that's why I tell people I wasn't a big dude getting hit like that. I was the size of a big running back getting hit by a big college built lineman already.
When you get hit like it,
I'm gonna tell
you
y'all
don't
another
forget.
story. Yeah, go ahead.
Now go ahead. I want
Nah,
to hear it
nah,
and tell it.
nah. I'm gonna tell you this. So my junior year, this is the when I decided to hang football up for good. I'm like, I knew this wasn't it. I liked that football. I like football. I didn't care for playing football, but I always like football the way I like it now. You know, if I could have coached football in high school, if I possibly could have did that, I would have been the young dude to coach football in high school. But we played Auburn High School. This was a jamboree game before the season. We played Auburn High School. Auburn High School always had some dudes, some good dudes. It's Auburn. like I say, my size. I'm a small dude playing, but this particular year I'm playing tackle. I'm playing at the tackle position. This dude I'm going against is I know he's 6'4", 6'5", 270 plus. I didn't give up in that game. After that game, I quit. I told my coach I'm done. I'm not taking because, like I said, it was a sucky football team. I'm not practicing 4 days a week to go out on Friday night to get blown out every night. Versus I play baseball. We just coming off a state championship. We actually win over there. Baseball coach didn't want us playing football anyway, but he couldn't stop us. So I'm going against this dude. I didn't give up a sack. He could have got a sack if he wanted to, but realized he realized that he was dogging me out. He was dogging me out that whole game. That I don't even think he put focus on the quarterback. I think he really was just focusing on dogging me out the whole game. I'm talking about this dude is driving me in the dirt, falling on me, slamming me on the ground. Like this dude was abusing me. And I told coach after the game, I was like, I can't do a whole season of this. I'm like, I'm not a big dude. I'm playing offensive line because I'm not fast either. I always admitted to that. I'm not a fast. I wasn't fast at all. I had no speed at all. No speed at all. But after that game made me realize, I'm like, this dude is trying to play college football. I'm not even trying to go to college to play football.
No, man, you got to now. Ring your bell for about 2 hours there. I tell you what, it's like you've been in about a 15 round.
Man, it felt like that. Then I'm gonna tell you that particular game. This is what put the icing on the cake. So we had a punter. The punter was really our running back. He does a punt. This explains our football team. He punting the ball. He punting the ball behind his head. He gives them yards with the punt. I said, I'm not doing this the whole season. I am not doing this the whole season. That put the icing cake for me that game. I told coach, and I wasn't a quitter, but I told coach, I'm like, I can't do this. We're practicing 4 days a week to come out on Friday night to get blown out every Friday night. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this, man. I'm not doing it.
It's
Then
not. It's not fun.
No, it's not fun. It's not fun. Then in the meanwhile, you get injured in the meanwhile. Like, nah, this is not fun. Then at the time, Central High School in Phoenix City. This is where I stay now. We're playing Central High School in Phoenix City, and we know them for putting out big time athletes now, but that was putting out big time athletes then. Like they put out the Justin Rosses from Clemson, the Davian Cohens, the offensive lineman that transferred to Miami. Those guys, Markel Benton, he came to Alabama, but he ended up transferring after the 2019 season. He ended up transferring to Jacksonville State. But those type of guys that they put out, you know, those are the type of guys we playing them. I'm like, nah, man, I'm not doing this, man. These are Division I athletes, college football players.
It's not worth getting hurt if you don't win any games on Friday night. I mean, it's
No.
not worth getting hurt. It's not. It's not. I mean, it's just, I don't know. We got to. We'll talk a little Alabama basketball. We basketball game today. Alabama needs to win this SEC tournament.
Yeah, yes. That is big. That is big, man. They got a good win yesterday. Don't they play today? What time they play today?
12 noon.
Yeah. 12 noon. Yeah, we gotta win.
Yeah.
This is ESPN. Yep. This will do a lot for us, man. This will do a lot for us. I actually went to high school with a dude that played for not Ross County, but Ross County, but he played his name was Rodney Cooper. He was there where Coach Avery was there. Avery was there. He played for Alabama.
But
people about when Nate Oates first got to Alabama. I was telling people, I said, this is gonna be the coach to do what we want for Alabama basketball. He's gonna be that guy.
Yeah. I read an article yesterday. I'm crazy enough to fire Nate Oates after he got this big contract with all this, all the verse we've had about, this young lady getting shot and killed down there. It's turning into a mess. Is what it's turning into. Quick.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. If Alabama was
man,
fire, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I'm gonna ask you this. So when the situations like this, why does the coach end up getting so much of the blame?
The buck stops at his desk, like Coach Bryant used to say. They're responsible for those young men. They're supposed to teach them the right they do wrong. I guarantee you, if Coach Bryant had been the basketball team, Brandon.
Gotcha.
Sure
Gotcha.
would.
I understand that. I gotcha.
Sure
So
would.
since I know we're talking about basketball, but we on this. It's a character thing. What do you think about that? Do you think it's in the character issues at Georgia? Like, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, should have first pointed at Kirby for the way his players act off this, don't like when the season is over. As far as this situation with the staff member and the football player getting killed in a car accident, come to find out Jalen Carter had something to do with it. What do you feel about that?
Well, they're after the season's over, they're grown men. I mean, over and they've left your program, and you're no longer in charge of them. They're grown men. Why is it your fault?
Yeah, I got you.
I don't know, man. It's just Nate Oates has took a lot of heat over this because he didn't talk. Ask him a question, he didn't want to address it, and I understand why. I mean, It's just stirring, but you got to handle it. You got to handle it internally, and then you got to. The bottom line is you, the coach, and they were playing for you, and I not his fault. I don't know, but he's getting the blame for it anyway.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But we need to go right. Blow Missouri out. Move on, win his SEC championship, and let's talk about the final. Let's talk about the NCAA tournament. How far do you see Alabama advance going? Because we'd had times this year where we get off the slow starts, we come back and win, but when you get in these tournament situations, you cannot put yourself behind the ball like that, behind the mark like that. So, how far do you think they can advance?
I was hoping they would get to the Final Four anyway, team, but they just get so inconsistent sometimes when the 3-point shooting threes. Man, if the threes is not falling, you got to hit. You got to go to the rim, man. You got to put the ball on the court and go. As tight as they've got Alabama's basketball team, they should be dominating inside and outside.
Yeah. Hey, so this is what I always say about basketball. You know the saying, you live or die by the three. But same thing we say in football, you gotta be balanced, man. You gotta be balanced. Like if you got 3-point shooters, yes, let's shoot the shot if they hitting the shots. But if you got the height to go to the rim, hey, let's keep them off balance. Let's keep them guessing. Because like you said, the height that we have, when that three ain't hitting, you gotta go to the rim. And I would like to see balance. Let's keep it. Let's keep these teams guessing, because you know when you get in that tournament, you have a freaking bad game against a goddamn a low seeded team, somebody that don't even supposed to be there playing against you, but they there. That team can be that Cinderella story and end your season real quick. And it's those teams that do it that have that wonderful day. You just want to switch it up. You living there dying by that three. Now it's a good thing when you hitting on threes and they going in. It's a great thing. But hey, when it ain't going in, what do you do? What do you do? When do you know? You gotta know when to stop it before it gets too bad. Stop the bleeding before it gets too bad.
Yeah, Alabama lost some basketball games, and they probably shouldn't have lost, and live and die by the three. But Alabama, I don't. Missouri may be a little tougher battle here today than what they had the last game. So we'll find.
Yeah.
They can do the three and play the boards. I believe. I don't think so.
That's important on boards, man. On boards and rebounds. Hey, I'm big on the rebounds. Did you ever play the basketball?
Cat. Now that little cat that keep putting in Quinterly, ain't that his name? Quinterly keep turning the ball.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's him.
And man, he popped up there the other night. But I mean, that little cat, he got too many turnovers, man. He turns the ball. No, I never.
Turnovers kill you in basketball. Yeah, me either. Yeah, I was mainly a baseball guy. Like I said, I played football. I played football through Little League. I played in middle school, and yeah, when I got my junior year, I was like, yeah, that was my last year. I ain't doing this football crap no more. But yeah, I wasn't a basketball player. I never played basketball. I used to play little pickup ball when we go around the different gyms and play. You know what I'm saying? But as far as on the team, I never cared for basketball like that. And the only reason I played it then because I was just athletic enough to go out there and make up a spot.
Yeah, but I played basketball. We played 3-on-3 a lot there. We played back, keep your cardio and keep you in shape. You could run. You could run all game long. You could keeps you in shape, man. Just out there on the field. I mean, we did stuff back in my day, but we done cardio. I mean, we ran all the time, run the monster hill. We ran during practice and stuff like that, man. Those big guys, man, they was laying down over there they was falling out. Dang, you got to be able to go all game long.
Hey, so what you like? I tell these kids now, I'm like, all this agility workout that y'all doing stuff now. I said we would like even me, we wasn't doing all this stuff. We knew run heels. That's what we knew, and we incorporated weighted heels, getting a 45 plate, run backwards up the hill. We used to do that stuff. We might have had a tire or a little rope thing that you do the high knees through. I said, but we wasn't doing all that. Agility ladder, cones, we wasn't doing all that. And I graduated in 2007. We wasn't doing that then. But these kids now, they got everything in the world to get them faster and quicker and everything now.
Oh yeah, everybody. If the hill to run, they ran the bleachers. They called that the hill. You'd run the bleachers for about it's separated the men from the boys. I can tell you that quick.
Yes. So I'm gonna tell you a workout that we used to do with the baseball team. We used to go down to the football stadium, and you got your home side, visitor side, both sides built up capacity. So then we had our track surrounding it. So what our coach used to do, our baseball coach used to do, we got to start on one side, go up and down the stadium stairs, Then when we finish that one side, we come back on the track. Then we run the half of the track, go to the other side, visit the side, up and down. Then when we come out, we go back around the track and get back on the home side, going up. Man, that lets you know if you really want to play baseball or not. And every year in the start of the season or during the workouts, baseball workouts before the season, you had people quit because of that one workout. Because of that one workout, people was gonna quit. And matter of fact, with the baseball team, our baseball coach was the one that incorporated the 45 weighted plates or whatever you can carry going backwards up the hill. It wasn't our football coach. Our baseball coach was harder. I'm gonna tell you about our baseball team. In 2005, we won the state championship. And we was number 1 in the nation. That's how serious our baseball program was versus our football program. So baseball was serious where I came from. Like, yeah, that's what it was there. So
Football was everything where I came. Football, and more.
yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, my area is football. It's just our school particularly. Now, in these days, our football team is getting better. They're actually putting more money into the program, getting better coaches. You know what I'm saying? 2 seasons ago, we actually just got an all turf football field. That's good for those. Good for the program. We're bringing in coaches that actually have a winning pedigree from other places now. Because before, it seemed like we was getting our coaches from the clearance rack from dirt cheap. Like we wasn't putting no money in the coaches, and that was the worst motivators. They didn't know how to. They suck, and the coaches that were about something there, they end up going to another school because it was no motivation in the football program there. But now they're getting better. They're getting better. The coaches actually focusing on trying to get these kids into college now. So I like to see that from my old school now.
Yeah, we'd start out. You'd run 10 10s, 10 20s, 10 50s, and when the coach said 10 100s, you saw the fat guys laying on.
10 100s, man. Our baseball coach. Our baseball coach used to have us doing, the suicides on the basketball court. We did it on the football field. He took us down to the football field. We was doing suicides on the baseball field. I'm like, this is the craziest thing I ever did. But he built a winning mindset. He built a winning mindset though.
Oh yeah, when you're that good in cardio, I mean, I don't know. I never lifted a lot of weights. I never got a buddy now that lifted a lot of weights. He was probably one of the strongest, I guess, he's there on the team, and he's had a couple of back operations. I just never did made any sense putting all them squats on, all that weight on your back and stuff back in. I just never forced to do it anyway, so I just didn't do it.
Gotcha. Yeah, we used to lift the weights. We used to lift the weights.
Yeah,
I actually like to lift them.
We had a hydraulic. Most of us, your legs was naturally strong from you running around. Yeah, we had a hydraulic machine. It was good. Now I like the hydraulic, push-ups, stuff with my legs on the hydraulic machine and push your weight and stuff up. But I never did put all that weight on my back and shoulders and stuff like that. It didn't make no sense to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I used to like to lift weights. I used to like it. So man, hey, you got You got anything else you want to talk about before we leave from the show?
I guess that's about it. Well, I've just about discussed just about everything. I guess I ain't got nothing. You got anything?
No, we talked about all I wanted to talk about. Hey, I just dropped the video on y'all go check out my video on Nick Saban Jr. Sports.tv. I just released a video on the top second year players I think you should watch for. The second year players in the program that could make an impact this season. So if y'all get time, go check that out. Go check that out. I think it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it this morning when I was waiting on you. I don't know. We might do some. Me and Nick's things in the works there. We might try these and see how it's gonna go. And I don't even StreamYard. It does what this junk does what it wants to, man. And it does.
Yeah. That's one of my projects for today. I'm finna look into the StreamYard to see what I can do with this StreamYard thing. Not this program we on, but I'm finna look in the StreamYard, see what I can do with that. Try to do something.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
crazy,
thanks, Stephen
man.
Hicks. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. Maybe we won't be so breaking up and this and that. We're gonna try a few different things, and we get it all here, and having to scream all the time and all this slagging and stuff. We'll just maybe we get everybody for showing up today, this morning.
Yeah. So hey, y'all out for more things coming with me and Uncle Wellen, the Godfather of the SEC, because we've been talking. I got some plans. He got some plans. So y'all look out for more stuff from us, man. Y'all look. I'll keep y'all updated and posted on this channel and Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Y'all make sure y'all go check out the videos over there. Help me out. Trying to get 500 subscribers. Trying to get 500 subscribers. I'm at 371. Hey, y'all helping me out. Y'all getting me there. Appreciate it. I almost got my first 1,000 watch hours as well. So hey. Appreciate y'all for that. Appreciate y'all. But y'all look out for more stuff from us. Like I said, keeping you updated, and we're gonna be working. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's been another episode of the Special Teams Podcast. And like always, roll tide.